Well, guys, welcome back. Oh my gosh. Today's solo episode, we are going to talk about the spiritual shit show that is happening right now in the world. And a lot of you, I've heard over the last even week, whether it's clients or people in certain programs of mine, or just in general on social media, that people have been hitting, like shit's hitting the fan for a lot of people right now. And I want to dissect this with you today so you can get a good palette of energy moving through you, of understanding at a conscious level as to what's going on and what's happening. So we are in a massive, massive awakening shift. Now, a lot of us have been awakening for years. Like my spiritual pathway started 14 years ago this May, like actually working with a spiritual mentor, opening up my gifts, moving through. And I know that some people like Tanya, whose interview is going to come out this Friday, has been in it almost 30 years. So some of us have been paving the way for a while. But some of you guys are right at this pivotal cusp of this next level, of this new level of awakening, of this new awareness. And because of the energy moving through the world right now and what we're dealing with energetically in the world, of all of this truth starting to rumble and come up and bring up all this shadow and shit moving through the world, the same thing is happening in our bodies. So the word ascension, meaning to ascend, to open up more light, to move through a next level of light in the world, in the earth, in your vibrational fields, is what is happening now, labeled ascension. But the word really is awakening. And I want to give you this concept for you to bite and chew into, is that inside of us, we have a soul, right? Our soul birthed into this physical form, taking with us certain skill sets and taking with us a certain mission here on earth for us to be able to actively move through, be in alignment with, and to execute while we are here on earth. And some of us had no clue or idea that this was an actual thing. So we heard it was a thing, we thought it might be a thing, but we're not really sure if it's a thing. And as we've progressed through and as we move through our life, we've met people, we've been through circumstances that have started to open us up to this truth inside of us. So all of our skill sets, all of our pathway, all of our divine love and abundance and everything is already ingrained inside of us. It is our right. It is us. It is here already in the collective of energy inside of us. Our job right now and what's happening in the field is awakening this light within us, remembering this light within us. And as we start to move through this, we have to deal with the shadow inside of our space holding back that light. Now, for some of you, it's trauma, situations that happened, belief systems from family, from school systems, from whatever it is, past life, karmic debts. All of this is showing up right now. So when I say to you about this spiritual shit show, like I am being serious in connection with what the fuck is happening in the world right now, that we are all up against this. The things in our life that are holding back our light are coming up to be healed right now for this next level we're working within. So, a couple things to note. One, the body is purging. So, the body is moving energy through right now in these upgrades. So, for some of you, you might see it coming out in the toilet. Sorry to be graphic. Some of you might be seeing it in naps and the way that your body's processing energy. But I'm also going to highly recommend to you right now that you start to change your eating habits to serve your body. Like for me, carbohydrates are a no go. And whenever I eat them, even though I have amazing people in my life that love carbohydrates, like my Italian friends, I'm starting a juicing cleanse tomorrow. So the day I'm recording this, for a few days, just to move some energy through my body because it's stagnant right now. And I feel it. Like I feel it in the bloating side. I feel it in like gassiness. And if you are having these reactions in your body right now, it's because you're eating foods that your body does not align with. And I've honored this because I have relationships in my life that want to serve me with food in some way, shape, or form. And I'm honoring that as I move through, but I can't, my body can't handle it. Certain vegetables I can't eat any longer. Alcohol, like it does not serve my physical form at all anymore. So I'm really, really paying attention to what's coming into my body. And when I make an active choice, let's say to eat pasta at dinner with friends or to do this or to eat that, I know what the reactions are going to be in my body. Like I'm about to head out to a friend's place and she's going to teach me how to make like fresh pasta. And I want to learn this skill set just because I want to have it. But I know that tonight I'm going to be drained and that tomorrow I'm going to have to serve my body. And tonight I should be wearing my castor oil pack to move that energy through my body. And I understand this at a conscious level. I get it. But this is also the upgrades. The foods we used to be able to eat last week, last month, last year may not be relevant anymore for our bodies. And we've got to be paying attention in that awareness, or else we're creating a shit show in our own form right now, not allowing us to be able to step into the space to be able to honor what the body needs. Now, I want to give this to you as well. Our body is the last thing to transmute energy. It moves through the spiritual field, bringing it into awareness in our mind. Our emotions then kick up for us to be able to release it, and then it moves through the body last. So the body needs to also purge all these energetic upgrades and all this energy moving through you. And most of us are diminishing that light inside of ourselves and not allowing the body to have what it needs to be able to be served properly. And this is a real thing. And if you watch and you look, you are seeing it everywhere. So processed foods, what our governments are encouraging us to eat right now, you know, all of this stupid bullshit that's moving through the earth right now about eating crickets and how oat milk is better for you than normal raw dairy, and how you shouldn't be eating meat, and how eggs are creating COVID and all this fucking dumbass bullshit, when all the purity of the energy of raw dairy, not pasteurized, of meats, grass-fed meats, of fruits, like they've programmed us to believe that all the sugar in fruits isn't good for our body, when our body needs the sugar in the fruits. It's the most purity of sugar for us to create carbohydrates and all of this mechanism, like eggs. Are you kidding me? You know, so it's like they are programming us right now in the shadow dynamic to eat foods to keep our body weighed down in this earth. So as you move through this awakening energy within you, there's a shit show that's going to happen in the body, and it needs to be. And we need to start listening to what the body is craving. Like right now, before I leave my house, I need to drink some coconut water. Like literally, I have coconuts that I chop in my kitchen to drink coconut water from. And my body desires that today, and it needs it today in order to be served. So that's one thing about the human form in the body. We're also moving through a lot of shadow, meaning we can drop into negative emotions on a dime, right? Remembering these emotions in our life, remembering these things moving through us, remembering this dynamic of trauma. And sometimes it's not even this life, it's past lives and the light from that past life that needs to be released to us for us to own it in this life. And if you don't know a lot about past lives, like let me tell you a little bit about this dimensional stuff. And because this is the Unleashed podcast, I could talk about anything here, which is why I created it. So I had a platform that I could speak all the truth out into the world. But this may blow some of your minds, and some of you may be like, oh my God, I never thought about it this way. Or you need to sit on this as you move through and find your truth in this all. All of us are in different stages of the pathway. Just want to remind you of that. But we have past lives, right? We've been incarnated before in physical form and bodies. Now, the earth experience puts us on a linear time, meaning 1982, 1554, right? It was like the past has a linear timeline. The only planet on in this universe that has linear time is Earth, okay? And no other planets work within this time grid, just us in this experience on Earth, like the Hunger Games, guys, okay? Like this is exactly what it is. They control everything. That's how this works. But past lives are actually happening in real time, because in the dimensions, there is no time structure. So I am incarnated in this life right now, speaking to you, but I'm also incarnated in all these other lives. And one of them was a tiger, which I think is really cool. So whenever I need to lean in to help serve feline animals, to help serve an energy, I can channel my tiger energy and bring it into the space. Now, the thing that's happening is that if all of these timelines are happening at once, which they are, then that means whatever we're going through in those timelines right now is coming up into our space. If we're remembering certain things or our body's purging something from that timeline, it needs to come out into the space for us to move through in our light. So I need to heal whatever's happening here in this timeline so I can fully embody my next levels. And I've got a couple things that are just dropping in right now that I need to now work within to move my next level of energy through. But that's where some of the shit show energy is coming from, because of the fact that we are being called to amplify. We are being called to step into this light within us to move this energy through. We are being called forward in this space to do that. We are, and it's coming in hot, guys. And some of you guys are resisting it. You are trying to think your way through it. You are trying to figure out the how inside of this. There is no fucking how. Okay. Every single day we drop in and we move energy. We drop in and we find the truth within it. And then we move through that truth and we go, fuck, I did that. That was me. I created that scenario. That's my fault that that happened. Shit. Okay. Now we're working within this addiction from my last life, which is truth. I was a drug addict in my last life and a prostitute. I died from an overdose, which is so exciting. When I went back into that life, that was a good time. So how do I make sure I heal that addiction in this life right now? What am I addicted to that is showing up? And that's why I taught this masterclass called Addict last week, because a lot of us are addicted, not just to substance, but we're addicted to mentalities. We're addicted to belief systems. We're addicted to the chaos. We're addicted to the drama, in our life, and it's circulating in our fields and it's consistently showing up over and over and over again. And you've probably said, what the fuck, this is happening again. What the fuck, I can't believe I'm here again. Yeah, what the fuck is what I want to say to you, because this is showing up and you are seeing it time and time and time again, but you aren't doing something about it. You're hiding and kowtowing under your little rock over there, diminishing your light and being fucking scared of who you really are. And it's time that we move through this shit show of energy and step in. And guys, this is the beginning. This is getting harder and harder. It will for the next 2 years. It's going to get harder and it's going to get more fucked up. And you've got to realize that this is what the truth is and step into your light and move through it faster. You do not need to step and stay in these shit shows. You don't. You made a choice to fucking wallow in it. And it's going to keep showing up and you've got to keep doing the work. So every time you get pinged, every time that energy moves through you, every time it aligns in your field, you've got to step in conscious awareness and make a proactive choice to move through it. And that's how we get through this. And you align yourself with people that can help. You get coaches if that feels right for you to help you move through. You lean into your collective of energy. You take the programs moving through your next field. You honor yourself. You meditate. You step into the space. You breathe. You move the energy through. You ground, right? You go out in nature, guys, and you put your feet on the earth. I don't give a shit if it's snowing or raining out, right? And yeah, I'm granted, I live in this. This is not a background. This is Costa Rica. This is where I live. But I made a conscious choice and decision in October of 2022 to move here because I knew the shitstorm was coming and I needed something bigger to ground me because I couldn't do it in Canada. I couldn't. My light gets diminished every time I go there. I hit a shitstorm. It takes me 2 fucking weeks to come back into alignment when I tap out into Canada. The energy is so fucking dense. So if you are living in the US and you are living in Canada, they are diminishing the light every single day there. They are clouding the skies. They are creating a circulation of fear and doubt and control. They are trying to get you to eat all this garbage food to block up your pineal gland for you to not have energy to actually execute and move through. And they are keeping you diminished. But guys, you made a choice to live in that country and you still live there. So if you are in those countries, you need to step the fuck in now. And you need to start moving that energy through, and you need to start believing that you are bigger than all the things going on in your mind right now and moving yourself through this shit show that is happening in the collective. But you get to choose this. And I know it's not easy, guys. I know this is not easy. I am not pretending like this is like fucking, daisies, flowers, us running through gardens and, eating roses and talking about, I don't know, fairy dust, even though I love fairies and I work with them a lot. I get it, guys, I get it. But you are manifesting more of a shit show in your life right now. You are creating it. Every single low vibration energy, meaning an energy that does not feel good. Okay. Whether it's sacrifice or whether it's relationships or whether it's in the food that you eat or the work, that you do. Apparently my body needs to purge today for sure. Like I feel that in my body. So I'm going to honor it today. Whatever it's desiring today, I'm going to feed my body today, whatever it needs. to move it through, because I feel you and I get it. And I have to make a conscious decision every single day too, guys, every single day. But when my body doesn't feel good, I need to serve it something that will make it feel good. When my mind isn't feeling good, I need to step back and consciously reset. Grounding, being out in nature is going to be one of your number one tools as you move forward. You need to connect back in. Mother Earth, Mother Gaia is here to serve you. She is ready and available to work with you and your energy field and to take that from you if you allow her to. Run in the rain, go out in the sun. It's so healing. Step out in the grass and feel it under your feet. Go out for a walk and breathe consciously in life. Get present in your world. This is one of the tools you're going to need. The next tool I've talked about a lot is courage. You are going to have courage. You're going to have to bite the bullet and step through the fear and invest in yourself and move through and speak your truth. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Number 2. Number 3, somatic experiences. What does that mean? Breath work, breathing, connecting into your body, moving your body is not an option anymore. You've got to get this stuck energy through. I'm about to go on a walk after I record this. So I need that walk. My body needs a walk. It's calling to me. And when I walk, I can move energy through my body. I also channel really easily when I walk, and I channel easily now in all instances because of all the work that I've done and the work I continue to do. But walking for me will allow my physical form to release. It'll allow me to move the energy through my body so that I can get recalibrated and reconnected inside of myself. And the last thing that I want you to realize and recognize as you move through this is a collective of people. There's people in your life, or there's people coming into your life that you need to be open to now that are going to help you serve through this energetic embodiment, through this next level, and leaning in there and not being shy about asking for help and not being shy about speaking your truth. You know, the Illicit Warrior program that we are now in week 2 of, well, moving into week 3 really, is a collective of energies together of support. And these people in this program are coming together. They feel it. We have a back end Voxer chat for support for people moving through their shitstorms. They can come in there and like speak it. I want them to get it out. So you need this too. Like even the mastermind portion of it, there's a few of us together in that, and we're holding space for each other where we can talk about real things, the shit that's going on in our life, the fucking truth that's hitting us, the, oh my God, I can't even believe this is happening energy moving through our field. We all need this right now. We need to know we're not alone, and you are not alone. You do not have to do this by yourself. You do not, but you need to have the courage to speak your truth, and you need to be able to step into the space. And the word need keeps running through my field where I normally use the word desire, because desire is a pulsating pulse point that I want desire in my life. But I'm being told this is a fucking need. We need this now. This needs to shift now. This is coming through the collective of energy now for you to take action and take responsibility for your life. Guys, you are not just a human in this experience here to do nothing. You are here for a reason. And if you are listening to this, whether it's on a reel on Instagram, or you are listening to this, podcast, or you're on YouTube and hearing this, or you heard just a clip of it moving through my stories, you are here for a reason. And I need to emphasize that for you. It's not that you need to be in these shit shows all the fucking time anymore. Guys, we move through this. Take responsibility for your life. Let's step into this space, right? The chaos is you creating it. That belief system, that limitation, that value system running through you is no longer needed. You can let it go. And it will take work, just like everything, but it doesn't have to be hard. You can work through this and make it easier on yourself instead of attaching all the drama to this. Guys, I used to be queen drama. I get it. I used to live on that island, and if things weren't hard, then I wasn't doing something. Fuck that. That is not how I live any longer. That is not who I want to be. That is not the desire I have in my life. This was very potent coming in. And I urge you, if you heard this once, to listen to this podcast again and again, because this is going to be the reminder for you of how you're going to step into this space, and you need to start believing in yourself. The mission is big. You are a light warrior, whether you believe that term or not. But if you are listening to this podcast, you are. And it doesn't mean you're going to do Reiki work, and it doesn't mean you're going to heal with your hands or you're going to channel spirits. It means that your light in whatever aspect it's being called forth right now is needed. And you need to fight within yourself to get it out. And then you need to fight with your truth into the world. And now I'm not talking about hands-on battles or like, fighting people with words. I'm talking about your light embodying every day. And every day you move through that energy. And every day the shadow that shows up inside of you or around you, you move through with more light. And you keep stepping into the war of the light. We are at war. And literally, a war may be happening in this world soon too. Because some fucknuts are out there right now doing this on purpose to control and bring fear back into humanity. So I want to leave you with this thought today. Are you really going to let the fear own you and keep you diminished in all of this juiciness that you're here to own in the world? You do not have to. This is a choice you're making every day. And the more you choose you, and the more you choose the light, and the more you choose peace and joy and love and abundance and wealth, the more things change. And anything is possible. So I want to leave you with that today. If you're feeling this, I urge you to share it. And like I say in every single podcast, this has to get out. People need to hear this. This isn't about my ego being flared because we get 100 downloads. That's not what this is about. This is about a collective of energy moving through to serve humanity in the world. And I am one conduit in a massive movement of light. One. But my light and my conduit pillar needs to serve others. And I need your help. Help me share this. Review the podcast. Download the podcast. Help me get this out into the world. The more people that can hear this, the more people can be empowered and remember who the fuck they are. And until next time, I'll see you guys all again soon. Have a great day.